Mm-hmm.
Facebook Live or
from Pikeville to Paducah, all points in between. Wildcat Sports Talk. You know what I mean? Adam Webb, Tim Brandstetter. Say the names out loud. It don't get better. Tailgates up by sunrise, cleats on the concrete. Every yard means something, every play got heat. Blue blood in the hills, hear that call roll through. If you want the real talk, we got it for you.
Hey guys, welcome in to Wildcat Sports Talk. Want to thank you guys so much for tuning in here on this wonderful, Thursday afternoon. It's almost afternoon. It's 2 minutes away from being the afternoon, and we're going to bring you today I've got a special guest on from BBN Unfiltered. I got Austin. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on? I'm doing good.
So
we didn't get much sleep last night. We were all on pins and needles, but it's part of the ride. It's part of the ride, and you got to love it.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, so want to thank you for joining us here on the show. As we get people filtered in here, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, all three platforms at the same time. This will go up later on TikTok here as soon as we're done. But I wanted to jump on quickly and did I lose you?
No, I'm here. We're good.
Okay.
You got me?
I wanted to jump on quickly and talk a little bit about first of all the elephant in the room, right? Where is the destination for Milan Momcilovic? And I have said that he's coming to Kentucky. I think even you have said that you feel like your best guess, educated guess, means that he will be at Kentucky.
Yes. So my prediction, and guys, let me just confirm, this is not a guarantee. I do have a prediction. It's an educated guess that I tweeted out yesterday, right around, I want to say about 5 minutes till 9, he officially took his name out of the draft around 9:15, 9:20.
Right.
So my prediction was that he would withdraw his name and that he would eventually commit to Kentucky within the next 48 hours. It's my prediction, just based on some tea leaves and some research and, borderline Instagram and social media stalking. But who knows? I mean, obviously, I knew there were going to be some other schools that come into play overnight, and we're seeing that. But I do predict Kentucky.
I will say the one that concerned me a little bit was Texas Tech, just because they need a forward and they 100% have the money. I do think that though our Brinks truck is bigger. We just have to back that thing up and just drop it. You know what I mean? Like we just like Juvenile, we got to back that thing up. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Get a pretty bow tie, set it, make sure it looks all nice and pretty, and close the deal, man. That's all we got to do. We got to seal the deal. If
that's
we
exactly
can do
right.
that, it will boost the amount of confidence in the coaching staff and Mark Pope for me in particular, but I think for everybody else as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just think we're in a situation now that we just have to 1,000% seal the deal on this stuff. I mean, we've just got to make it happen. And for me, I look at it, the outside looking in. I'm sitting here going, all right. So what can we realistically do now? Once, because I'm just saying, I think Momcilovic is coming to Kentucky. So with that in mind, what does this roster look like now? I mean, I'm not ready to take my victory lap just yet, but I kind of told everybody we were going to be all right. And there were several people that did not believe me, which, by the way, we're still going to have a debate, I think, here soon. We've got to figure out and make that happen.
Hey, the ball is in your court and Chris Adams' court.
I'm ready.
I've already presented the idea. I'm not going to push it. If you all decide that you want to do it, we can make it happen. I have a spot. You all
I'm ready.
Tell me the day and time. 95% chance that I can make it work. So, but hey, yeah, what does the roster look like? How confident are we in this year's team if we do land Milan? First off, I do want to pump the brakes just a tad because we haven't landed him yet. Again, I do think that we will.
You know what? You know what? I gotta jump all over you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you got?
I am so tired of hearing pump the brakes.
Why?
Because we this is what we do, man. This is we're a podcast. We don't have to pump the brakes.
Well, I mean, okay. Hold on. When I say pump the brakes, I mean, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves and let's go ahead and talk about our success with him on the roster. Yeah, we've already touched on it. So when I say pump the brakes, I'm like saying, okay, let's just not get overzealous with it, which is fine. Like, you can do it, but I don't want to get it in my own head as well, because I am a fan. Yeah, we're podcasting. Yeah, it's for entertainment. But yeah, I am saying pump the brakes because it hasn't happened yet.
I get it. But we have to kind of look at it, and which, by the way, L8's one of the best drinks ever. And if you got to be for, like, the only people that seem to like it are people from Central Kentucky, and then there's some people that just don't like it at all that are even from Central Kentucky. So I don't really understand that. Maybe that's for another day. But it's going back to this. So Momcilovic, he seems to be the kind of guy that that is like a Mark Pope. Like, if you were to draw a sketch of a guy that is perfect for Mark Pope, Milan Momcilovic is it. Which is why I say I get a lot of the pump the brakes narrative. I get it. But with him, I mean, if we don't get him, I will go on record and say it's, for the first time for me, I'm going to have some questions. Okay.
So you're saying that this will be the one that
this is the one that, like, this is a Kobe Bryant type player.
I agree. I think he could even be better.
We've got to land this guy, and so I'm going to have some questions. I'm going to go, well, all right. So did we just get outbid with money with that? If that's the case, you can't blame the coach on that because it's just money, right?
Agreed.
But if it's a situation where he's like, I just feel like this was a better fit and he took less money to go somewhere else, I'm going to have a problem with that.
A big problem. Huge problem.
Because he's the guy, because I understand, I understood Stokes. I understood Stokes completely. Because, number one, and I don't know that I can get a lot of people to admit this, but I mean, he was a troll. He trolled Kentucky. That's all he ever did. That's the bottom line. So,
yeah.
He trolled us. He just did. So
all time troll.
Right. And he was also a Louisville fan. So, I mean, I think there was some double trolling going on there as well. So,
sure.
I mean, to me, that's where that is. But why is it that we just seem to have this? I don't know. It's like we can't seem to land some of these guys that are just perfect fits for Kentucky. And I think Milan is one of those.
Agreed.
Now, have we missed on some other ones? Maybe. I think Donnie Freeman was probably one that was a good player under Pope's system. I'm not fully ready to blame coach yet, but this right here, you lose Milan, and it's going to be hard. I sent a text to Quincy the other night, and I said, I'm going to be honest with you. If we don't land him, it's going to be really hard to defend this.
Of course it will. Of course it
really hard.
And I made the point a couple of nights ago I can't remember if I was recording or if I was just talking to my wife or just talking to myself. I don't know. But all of the big commitments that we've all made a big deal, that the media have really just, glorified, and it gets drug out day after day. It never happens. It's the build up and clunk.
And I will go one step further. The longer this takes, the worse it looks for Kentucky.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. 100%.
Like, we've got to get this guy probably. I mean, right now at this point, it feels like it's been too long. Because here's my thing. Every other guy that wasn't looking at Kentucky landed on their spot. They're there. They came out of the draft, and they're in their spot.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the how do we pronounce is it Tumande?
I have no idea.
Umande?
I know who you're talking about. I didn't read enough about it to
I didn't either, because I knew we weren't getting him.
But yeah, no, I saw the commitment.
I mean, it was instant.
Yeah.
It was instant to St. John's. And then we get all these other guys that are kind of doing the same thing. And again, instantaneous commitments.
So that just makes us think, are we being leveraged again for more money?
What I want to know, though, is at this point for me, and I need to look at this through a little bit of a different scope, but this is how I feel about it, and I just want to see what your thought is on it.
Okay.
So Kentucky is 100% being leveraged for more money. We've been leveraged several times. Tyron Stokes got more money because of us. There was no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So do you believe that we go out tomorrow, all right, and let's say tomorrow Mark Pope says, you know what, this is too much for me, I'm done, and we go get Dan Hurley, that we're not going to continue to be leveraged because we're Kentucky?
No, yeah, we will always be leveraged. Kentucky, in today's culture of college basketball, the brand of Kentucky will always be leveraged.
Okay.
But it's how can you manage that? How can you close that gap? You have to have, in my opinion, you got, like we just hit on it. You got to have a hard closer. You got to have a guy that can seal the deal.
Okay. All right. Fair. But if the brand itself is what is causing teams to leverage us, how do you combat that? You can't change your brand.
You don't need to. I don't think we need to. I think it's a good thing that we are being leveraged. I honestly do. Because
see, I disagree with that.
I think 9 times out of 10, we won't be outbid for the guys that we really want, that we truly want. This is where one on our top list.
This is where, though, like I'm 40, and the get off my lawn.
You're only like 5 years older than me, bro.
But I'm just saying, like, this is the get off the lawn, screw the NIL mindset that I have right now, because, and this is where it comes from, is because I feel like no matter what we do, we're going to continue to be leveraged, and I don't think that's a good thing. I mean, you might think I think it's terrible. I think it's absolutely atrocious for the future of Kentucky basketball, because we could we've lost our leverage, I guess is my best way to put it. So our leverage used to be come to Kentucky, get seen, get heard, make money later.
Right.
And here's a couple million under the table. Don't tell anybody about it.
Also come to Kentucky and you can win a championship, make a Final Four, and build your own brand before you turn pro, if that's your end goal, obviously. But it has to be a combination of all of those things collectively. We will. Do you not think that Duke is leveraged? You don't think? Let's see.
I mean,
Duke, Kansas, vice versa. I mean, why do you think? I mean, we could talk about Stokes all day and his decision. It could have even been the case that he was Kentucky for a while, and then Kansas got scared, and then they ponied up.
right.
So, I mean, all of that, all the blue bloods will be leveraged no matter what.
Yeah. Well,
See what I'm saying?
shout out Marcus. But to your point, we haven't heard a whole lot about Duke this year. Duke's kind of done their own thing and kind of just they're over there.
Well,
The only real battle we had was with Kansas.
well, Duke
North
retained-
Carolina
Duke retained a lot.
is a falling program that is a couple years ahead of where we're going to be if we don't stop the mindset of that we need to revolve doors and get mad every 5 seconds that a coach is bad. We're about to be there. I'm just telling you, where you look at North Carolina and that program, and that's where our future is if we don't stop this.
I get what you're saying. I don't agree with it. You just can't settle for mediocrity. And North Carolina knew the trending direction that the program was going, and they made a change. You have to make a change.
Well,
You just
and
do.
we'll see what that equates to.
We'll
but-
see. And if it doesn't work with that guy, guess what? He'll be out too. It's you guys. I'm telling you.
I know, but then you become Indiana. You can see.
You only become that if you don't win. You only become that if you don't win.
Well, that's the problem, though. That's the issue. Is you can't get any continuity to win. You have to have some sort of level of continuity. Now, when's enough? When is enough? 2 years? Definitely not.
So no, I think 2 years. I think that if I was AD, would I have fired Mark Pope at the end of this year? I was so frustrated, I probably would have, just strictly based off emotion. But I'm not AD, and that's why I'm not. But and you made the point the other day. What was it? You said something about if we kept Tubby, right? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. You said that if we kept Tubby, I can't remember. Shoot, I just went mine. I just brain fart. Remind
If
me
we
what
kept, I said that if we had kept Tubby, we might have not. We wouldn't have gotten Billy Gillespie. But your point was we might have not got John Calipari.
Correct. And I also said every coach plateaus, right? Everyone hits that plateau point. And here's my explanation behind that. Mark Pope hasn't had a chance to even get up onto the plateau yet. Because the plateau, there has to be an incline. There hasn't been an incline at all yet in his first 2 years.
Right.
And I'll supplement that with saying part of that also has to do with success in recruiting, success in coach retention and assistant coaches that are making a difference in for these players.
I will raise you your point there with it. You said that he hasn't had an incline. I mean, we didn't lose to Oakland.
We did not lose to Oakland
in the first round. We made the Sweet 16, which is something we hadn't done with Calipari in like 5 years, 6 years.
Which is why it was time for Cal to go. Which is why it was time for him to go. Cal made 4 Final Fours. Yeah, in 5 years.
Okay, but let me ask you this: if the option was get Mark Pope or keep John Calipari, what are you doing? That's it. That's what you've got.
Yeah. I think either way, it was time for Cal to go. If you could have told me that Cal was going to hold on, if you could have told me that Cal was going to rejuvenate himself into the old Cal for these last 2 years, I would vote Cal. I would say, well, let's run it back again. Okay, we had a 2 or 3 year lull. Let's jump out of it and run it back. because I think that situation would be more successful than what we've seen from Mark Pope the last 2 years.
So your argument is if you could have had what Cal did the last 2 years at Arkansas over what we have with Mark Pope.
Didn't say Arkansas. I didn't say Arkansas. I meant if we can get Cal, the Cal of old, and for him to.
Well, many would argue he is the Cal of old right now. I mean, he's getting these players.
He is. I agree, but he's at Arkansas. I'm
Right.
I'm talking like it's a completely different scenario, in my opinion. You can't forecast that. I'm just saying, what if? But I think that I would take that over what I saw from Mark Pope the last 2 years. I would. Now, could this next year change my opinion on that? Absolutely. What people don't understand is, and people get frustrated and call me a Pope hater. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying I'm criticizing. Yeah, I mean, we all do. But
I will tell you this.
The trend is negative as of now.
Marcus says, I was at Oakland and St. Peter's game when Duke beat us by 40. Cal was not the same after COVID. I agree about that.
Yeah.
I will say I was at the St. Peter's game. I was center court, about 15 rows up, and it was amazing. It was an incredible environment. And when we lost, because you dream of this as a kid, right? You're like, I get to see my cats run out here on this floor that says March Madness, and I'm here. And you lose to St. Peter's, which to me was terrible for two reasons. Number one, that we lost to St. Peter's, but for the other one is that Tennessee was also playing there, and so I had to deal with their fans, and their fans are the worst.
Yeah.
So I have, and you got to look at it too. What people don't realize is, I've come out and I've supported Mark Pope through all of this. I've never once said I thought he needed to go. And I was upset. I was absolutely upset, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know if I don't know what it is. It's a really interesting topic to dig into some Kentucky fans, because I'm in this group. But when he lost, I didn't have the anger that I had with Cal. Because
Cal had already earned our respect. He had already earned his. The scenarios are so different. We're talking about a Hall of Fame coach that came into Kentucky, a coach that had a winning pedigree already, that
I get that.
The recruiting space. Literally, it's no joke. It's like recruiting LeBron, and then it's like recruiting a sixth grade all-star who in 5 or 6 years may not be that good, or is ranked 400 in the class. We drafted off of potential, right? We recruited, if you will, a coach off of potential.
Right.
He hadn't done anything. To Kentucky, to coach Kentucky, to lead the biggest brand of basketball in America. I mean, it's still shocking to me. It is.
I think, though, while they're both two totally different scenarios, I think we can find common ground here.
Oh, I know we can.
So the one thing that has held me back from getting mad about Mark Pope is because I realized I was wrong about Cal.
How so?
He came out in statements multiple times, and you have to look at all of it. And this was after he left Kentucky. He said, coaches don't win championships, administrations win championships. When he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, it's obviously a jab at Kentucky.
Yes.
But then I see the same problems sort of happening with Mark Pope.
I mean, if we're talking about the administration, that is still a problem. Absolutely.
And so
Agreed.
I think
But this is all it was
for us as a fan base, we have to look at it like this. For us as a fan base, we already ran off Coach Cal, and I was part of that crew. I did. To me, it's counterproductive to run off Mark Pope, knowing now that our administration is still a problem. We need to fix the administration first and give him all the tools he needs for success and then judge him.
Okay.
Fair?
Fair. I still don't necessarily agree because, okay, let's think back. Does the roster that got beat by Oakland, Cal's last year, Reed Robb, Justin Edwards, Antonio Reeves, a really good basketball team with several NBA guys on that roster. The administration didn't lose that game. The administration, what seed were they that year? That was it a three,
I believe. Three.
So that would have been a 14-3 game. Okay. So we earned a 3 seed, played Oakland first round. Great scenario. We want to play Oakland first round. That's a gimme. It's a gimme. We're Kentucky. We have 4 or 5 NBA guys on our roster.
Now,
the administration didn't lose that game for us.
You're exactly right. But I also said many times that year, that year was progressing, and you can ask my co-host Tim. I told him, I said, you know what? Our guy Reed Shepherd is probably single-handedly saving Cal's coach tenure. I mean, because you know how many times Reed balled out, and Reed also did not get the playing time that he deserved. Now, that is also a Cal thing because, again, and this could also be the administration, Cal said they needed a GM.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it. Mark Pope, I think, is towing the line and probably taking some of that blame.
He's mentioned that there's a team that acts as a GM that
there needs to
the same.
So there needs to be these people that are saying, "Hey, you're going to be the dude," but like that's the GM's job, right?
But is it the GM's job to take DJ Wagner out of the starting lineup and put Reed in? No.
My whole point is, though, is because Cal promised something.
Well, tough shit. You can't do that. Sorry.
But he did.
He did.
But if a GM promises it, Cal don't have to go through with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm right. I mean, like the NBA does
stuff like that. Between a head coach and a GM, those kinds of promises, I don't think can really be made because then the GM is stepping in and doing a part of the coach's job, and that doesn't make for a good relationship and culture. And
that's what they're supposed to do. That's what a GM does.
I disagree.
You're telling me you don't think GMs sit there and go, "Hey, you're the guy"? Because I know they do. I've played 2K enough to know they do that.
In what regard? And in what regard specifically?
Like you're drafted, right? Hey, we are bringing you in. You're our new stud. We're going to build the team around you, and then that may not happen.
The only difference is in college recruiting, the coaches are the ones who determine, hey, these are our guys. Okay, these are the guys that I've identified that I want to be a part of my team. The GM's job is just to help him construct it and help the logistics, not to tell the coach who to start, who's going to play the most, who's going to be highlighted within the offense. That's the coach. That's not the GM.
Right. I'm just saying they do promise things to get them there. They have to.
I mean, do some of them do that? Maybe. But you think they all hold those up? You think that they've never told a lie or they've never not?
That's the point. That's the point.
Right.
You need a sleazy ass car salesman as a GM. I mean, because Cal was trying to be the sleazy ass car salesman and the coach.
And he was. And he was great at it.
He was great as a sleazy ass car salesman.
Yes.
He was not so great as a coach. What he needed to do, truthfully, in a perfect world, Coach Cal would be the GM and at Kentucky. That would be the perfect world.
I think Cal would be a fantastic GM. I mean, you want to talk about a position, a role that he was built for, next to coaching, that would be it. I agree. I do agree with that.
Yeah. And so Todd says
I lost you, Adam. Uh-oh. Check. We there? Let me know. I think we lost Adam, guys.
Sorry about that.
Did you step on the cord?
I did. No, it has done that a couple times today. I don't know why. Probably because I'm trying to record something and do something important.
Speaking of that, real quick, and I don't mean to cut you off. I did a whole segment recording with Quincy a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
And so I use Riverside podcasting.
I have to admit something to you, man. I never had seen Riverside till you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I love it. I've been using it ever since, man.
It's awesome when it works. It's very glitchy. And I don't know what the hell happened that day. He was cutting in and out during the show, and it wasn't live. It was just recording. And I was like, hey, this is at the end of it. I was like, that was awesome. Great stuff. Awesome content. Texted him, hey, make sure your upload goes through. I refresh my feed, and it says, one participant, Austin. I was like, hold up. Where is Quincy's feed? Where's his audio? Just gone. It just got lost in outer space, and nobody will ever know what happened during that show. Now, we did another show that night with Coach, and it was a combo show with Collins, and Quincy joined us. But it wasn't, I don't know, for some reason it wasn't as good as the first one that we did.
I know. I've done it before. I actually, no joke, I recorded an entire interview one time with Willie Cauley-Stein, and it did not record.
Oh, so I was telling my wife that night, I said, what if I had a big time guest on?
I've had it.
Happened.
I've done it.
And there was just so I chatted with tech support through that platform, and they were
fortunately,
fortunately
for us, Willie, I messaged him back. I was like, dude, that didn't record. He's like, all right, let's jump back on. So I got lucky, but
that's crazy.
Like Dick Vitale's not going to do that. He calls in. Like you have to, when you get him on the show, he calls in.
Yeah.
And it's like a one and done type of thing. Like he don't play. Like it's
as it should be. I mean, he's Dickie B. Come on, guys. You got one shot. You got one shot to get it right.
Yeah. So we were, I had all my ducks in a row that day, and I always do, but just that one interview, man, it burnt me up. But I'm gonna give you to end this particular live this afternoon. Yeah. I'll ask you a couple questions. First of all, prediction, final one. I need a percentage chance Momcilovic comes to Kentucky.
I'm gonna go 85%.
85. I was thinking 80 to 85 too. So we agree. There we go.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm thinking.
I think, guys, I think we got him. I
think last night.
I think, not no. I think.
There are some people that I talk to that seem to feel pretty confident about it. But we have a responsibility here. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, like, I could just report it right now and roll with it very easily. But I'm not going to do that. Just because it's a responsibility that we have to make sure that we get it right. So, but as soon as I know for sure, 100%, I'll let you guys know. Secondly, worst fan base of all time. Who is it?
The worst fan base of all time.
Worst fan base of all time.
It's such a deep question because we're talking about,
like, who's the one that, like, if it, like, let's just say in football they were 6-6 and would still talk smack.
Louisville. I mean, Louisville, right?
Todd says Tennessee. I agree with Tennessee too.
Tennessee's another one. Definitely Louisville, though. I mean, in my opinion, like, thing for me is, like, we haven't really made that many rivals in football to where there's a lot of programs that are.
Oh, I'm just saying in general. I mean, I mentioned football, but I'm just saying in general. You take this fan base, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, doesn't matter. Worst fan base of all time.
I'm going the Cards, man. Louisville.
And it's interesting because you're a Central Kentucky guy. I'm a Southern Kentucky guy.
Yeah. And
Tennessee is my number one, like, by far. There's no way around. They are the worst, absolute worst fan base. They're delusional. They think that Peyton Manning's still walking through the door. They do, and
he is just not with a helmet on.
Not with a helmet on. No, he's taking the suite in the box and eating some pulled pork barbecue. Third question is, tell everybody about your podcast, man. I love podcasts. As you know, I teach podcasts, so I'm very much a big fan of that, and so your show. Tell them what they can expect with your show. BBN Unfiltered. The name is what it is.
Yeah.
And so you drop shit on this show, and all the podcasters do that. I mean, I can do that because we're not really live on radio on this particular one, but yeah.
Yeah. So the name of my podcast is BBN Unfiltered, and I got that name just whenever I was getting this all started, and I was thinking about how could I just keep it short, simple, and sweet, and get to the point of what the image of my show is going to be. And it's an unfiltered perspective. And sometimes, I'm going to say it like it is, based off of my opinion, and you like it or not. There's some things that I say, Adam, that you don't like, and vice versa, which is fine. Okay? It's unfiltered. I don't like to listen to predetermined or pre-scripted shows that just sound like it's, it was all just set to come out before it was all recorded. I want it to be real. Right?
I got on here today. There's no notes. None.
Zero. And so what I do is, and my co-host, Coach Kyle, we talk just like this, Kentucky football, basketball, and we give our opinions. Whether people like it or not, that's fine. We don't care. We will be honest. We do have a good amount of basketball knowledge. I played the game. Coach played high school, college, and coached me for 10 years. So we just want to combo a level of intellect of basketball and Kentucky fandom and bring it into a show.
Awesome. Well, guys, go check out and follow BBN Unfiltered. Do that. As we find out more information, we're going to get it out there. We're going to let you guys know.
We will make sure it gets out.
And when he commits, I'm going to take my victory lap. And when we lose less than 10 games this year, I'm going to take my victory lap.
So
when
you're still sitting on that.
I'm sitting on it and I'm owning it. And also, I'll tell you what, I'll go one step further. All right. If Kentucky, let's say, okay, to be a successful season, would you say Sweet 16 or Elite 8?
That's such a complex question because I think it's a little bit more. I think it goes deeper than that. I think one of the second things you have to consider is how do we do that weekend before? How do we do in the SEC tournament? Right? If it's another up and down regular season, we don't make it to the weekend in the SEC tournament, and we just make the Sweet 16. Say we squeaked out the first, then I don't know. I think it all comes down to March. Just comes down to March.
Right.
We have to win something. We have to. If we're not going to win the SEC tournament, I think Elite 8. Elite 8.
Elite 8.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Elite 8. All right. So if we make the Elite 8, I'm probably going to go live the second we win that game, and I'm going to call you.
Okay, I'll come on with you.
No, I'm going to FaceTime you live.
Here's
and I'm
the
going to
thing.
go,
Here's the
and I'm
thing.
going to go
Still lose
eat it.
10 plus games, and first off, let me be clear on something. I hope we do. First off, I'm not saying that we are going to win or lose every game, you guys. I'm not predicting none of that. Don't group me in with that, okay? There's a world where we still lose 10 plus games and still make the Elite 8.
Yeah.
You realize that can happen, right?
That can happen. It happened. It did
Oh,
happen under Cal, as a matter of
I
fact.
know.
Remember the Harrison twins the first year there? They went all the way to the national championship game.
13-14.
Losing to South Carolina, they were like, this is going to be a great story. And it was. It was an amazing run. I can't deny that.
So, yeah.
So, but I will take my victory laps. But I really do think all the way around, though, and one thing we can't agree on, let's just get behind this team and root them. Let's do it. That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
we because no matter what I want or what you want, they ain't getting rid of Mark Pope.
Not yet.
Not yet. Now,
Yeah.
next year, I think the problem is where that fine line is going to be, because you mentioned Elite 8 for a successful season. But if he makes the Sweet 16 again, they probably aren't firing him.
Probably not. And I think you also have to look at, did the culture change some this year as well? Did we see some more accountability issues that were addressed and evident on the court, where players sticking to the game plan? Was the level of transparency within his post-game press conferences? And if we see differences and improvements in all of those aspects and the Sweet 16, then no, I don't think he'll be fired.
I was checking some text messages there. I don't know if I have any of that for sure. News.
About to refresh Twitter.
Something's dropped. Something has dropped. So we're live right now. I gotta see.
Let's check.
It may not be an actual. I'm on.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I don't see any of the main players. I'm trying to go to some of the ones that would post some latest news. Somebody said that, which this was earlier, Matt Norlander predicts us to go to that UK will land.
Yes.
Momcilovic. So that's good. That's good.
I agree.
So that's it's all good stuff. Last question, because I keep asking more questions, but last one. Does Milan make us a top 25 team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so too.
I think adding him is is can change the game in so many aspects. It opens the floor completely. He's such a dangerous shooter. He makes everybody else on the court better.
Are you more confident if we land him?
Oh my God, yeah. Are you kidding?
Okay.
Oh,
so
come on.
So
yes.
this is what I got to know from some of the because I know there's a whole portion of the fan base, and this is why I like to talk to you, because you kind of give me a different take than what I get. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of what I get, I mean, a lot of my Facebook followers, they are very much, oh yeah, Pope's great, whatever. And then you go to Twitter, and it's like, I hope Pope never comes back. And then you go to like TikTok, and it's like a smattering. So I don't ever really know, but like, does Mark Pope landing Milan Momcilovic put him kind of back in some good graces with some folks, you think?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Yes.
Good.
The skeptics want to see a win. They want to see a positive trend in recruiting when it comes down to one of the big targets, our biggest targets, if you will, we've missed out on.
I've told you this, and I said it, and I went on record, and I'm gonna I'll send you the download to this so you can clip some stuff if you want to.
Okay.
But I go on record, and I will say that if we don't land Milan Momcilovic, there's probably going to be a video from me being critical.
But you can't. You got to make sure you're behind him, though, Adam. If you criticize, then
being critical is one thing. Being critical is one thing, but being overly critical to a point to where players are going, I don't want to go there because that fan base is crazy. That's a whole different thing.
See, we could talk about that all day. Hey, if you want to criticize, by golly, you criticize. You have the right to do it. That's the point of our entire platform. So get out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're going to get called out by me, but do it.
Yep.
All right, man.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Milan
Momcilovic. Come on home. Brother. Come on home, big dog. We need you. And you can get all the smoke. Zoom Diallo is going to give you the rock and watch you score. And with him and Moreno, though, man, that'll be a good 1-2 punch. I love it. I'm about it. So we'll see.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, good to talk to you. Hey, thank you guys so much here for tuning in on Wildcat Sports Talk. We will see you again down the road. As soon as we get some news, I will go live or make a video or do something, and go check out BBN Unfiltered. This guy, he's got a great show, and love what he does. So appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks.